Hey guys, it's Sakina, and I want to read a little excerpt from this book called Ritual Wellness Adaptogens. This is a great read because it'll teach you all about primary and secondary adaptogens, and at the very end of the book it also has recipes for different adaptogenic drinks and tonics you can make at home to get the adaptogenic benefits. And I want to share this because this is where I learn all of this stuff. I just go and research it. People don't become experts of things until they do their own research, and I implore anyone who's following me, who watches my content, to go and do your own research. I have a degree in nutrition. That's what I studied in college, and I've always been a big proponent of functional foods. That was like my favorite class out of all of my courses, was functional foods, because I'm very much so into holistic wellness and using the nutritive and therapeutic properties that are naturally contained in herbs and foods that we grow. And I feel like there's just so many benefits that so many people miss out on. And so when I started learning about adaptogens, I wanted to dive deeper into those because these are actual functional foods. And I wanted to read this little excerpt about secondary adaptogens because it'll give you some insight as to what actually makes something an adaptogenic herb and what an adaptogen actually is. So without further ado, let me just read this short excerpt. It says that for an herb to qualify as an adaptogen, it must satisfy the three parameters established by the father of adaptogens, Dr. Israel Breckham. As mentioned in the previous chapter, the parameters are as follows. The herb has to be non-toxic in normal therapeutic doses. The herb has to produce a state of resistance in the body to physical, chemical, biological, emotional, and environmental stress. The herb has a normalizing effect on the body, helping to restore normal physiologic function that has been altered by chronic stress. So there's a list in here that will show you what the primary adaptogens are, because if you're wondering if you're purchasing products, if it's actually an adaptogen, a lot of times it'll list a whole list of different herbs, mushrooms, and things like that, but those mushrooms and herbs aren't technically considered primary adaptogens. So it might be a secondary adaptogen, and it has to, in order to qualify to be a secondary adaptogen, it must fit those three qualities that I just read. But like I said, this is a great book. It's written by Adriana Ayales, founder of Anima Mundi Herbals. I have it linked in my Amazon store if you're interested in purchasing it. Great read. You see, I already have things marked off. I'm reading it for my second time now because I just really want to digest and understand everything that I'm learning about adaptogens. You know what they say, you don't really know something until you're able to teach it. So I'm getting to that point where I'm like, I want to be able to teach people everything that I'm learning about this topic. But if this video was helpful for you, be sure to continue to follow, because this is really what's going to help you heal your nervous system, level up in your life, manifest